So this question looks like it's going to be a translate word problem question. So let's just jump into it and see if there's anything for us to write down and to translate here. So the question says a motor powers a model car so that after starting from rest, the car travels s inches in t seconds, where s equals 16t root t. So anytime a question provides an equation, I like to write it down. So s equals 16t square root t, where s is in inches and t is in seconds. And I'm going to just draw something here. A motor powers a model car so that after starting from rest. So again, if this is my start, the car travels s inches, so it travels this way, s inches, in t seconds, right? So it takes t seconds to get that far. And let's call this like the end point. Okay. Which of the following gives the average speed of the car in inches per second over the first t seconds after it starts? So inches per second over the first t seconds. So couple things. We're told that we want the unit inches per second. And we know that s is in inches and t is for seconds. And we also know that s is equal to 16t root t. So then, if we divide that by t, so all I'm doing is translating. So inches, we know is s. S, we know, because of this, is 16t root t. Seconds is the unit or the variable t. So there's no need to convert that to anything else. We just keep that as t. So 16t root t divided by t. I'll just change colors here. To simplify this t cancels out that t there, leaving me with 16 square root t. And therefore the answer is choice B. Now there is another way to solve this, and that is through using plug in your own number. This strategy is typically useful anytime the answer choices have variables, right? So we have t's in each of these. And this strategy would just say, hey, why don't you make up a number for the number of seconds? Let's call it 2 seconds. So we would say t is equal to 2. And then we plug that value in to figure out what s is equal to, right? So we'd have s equals 16 times 2. In fact, I'm going to change my t to 4, and you'll see why, right? Because if t is 4, it makes this 4. And because I'm plugging in my own number, I have the liberty to choose whatever number I want. Now when I have the square root of t, I have a 4 in there, which makes my life so much easier. So this becomes 16 times 4, which is 64. Square root of 4 is 2, so 64 times 2 is equal to 128. So we'd have 128 inches. So again, because we're trying to find inches per second, right? We say, well, over 4 seconds, I know I have 128 inches. Over 4 seconds. I go to my calculator and I figure out that 128 divided by 4 is 32. So this becomes 32 inches per second. So that's the first stage of plugging your own number. And then what I do is I go back to my answer choices and see, well, which one of these, if I plugged in 4 for t, which one would I get 32? So with choice A, right, if I plugged in 4, I'd have 4 root 4, which is just 8. So that's not the right answer. With choice B, I'd have 16 root 4, which is 32. So again, that confirms that choice B is right. So we saw that this is a more traditional math way to do this. Nothing wrong with it. It was my first thought. But here we have another option as well that gets the job done as well and may be a little bit more practical and a little bit more easy to follow.